is the first of a 6-rounder. Welterweights in the gold trunks, Tony Robinson, just 18 years old, out of Kronk boxing team in Detroit. He's a native of St. Louis. And he has a record of 3-0 as a pro with 2 knockouts, a glorious amateur career, 110 wins and 8 defeats, going up against Humberto Lucero, 22-year-old out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, who checks in with a record of 7-3, 6 of his 7 victories by knockout. Lucero, who moves up, he's basically a junior welterweight, but he's a pound heavier than Robinson, 148 to 147. Robinson is just growing at the tender age of 18. Neither fighter really considered a banger. Robinson, a heck of a tactician at the tender age of 18. Lucero recently coming off a 2-year layoff, so can be showing a little bit of rust against a very sharp young fighter in Tony Robinson on the right of your screen.
And it is said that he's basically a junior welterweight. He moves up in weight tonight. He came off a 2-year layoff. And said that he wasn't ready, went back into seclusion and took another year off.
And he looks to be right in the face of Robinson, who is very patient.
Robinson, a good-looking fighter, starts off this first round with that left jab. Such an important weapon. He keeps the jab down by his waist, but he flicks it up and tries to catch his opponent up under the nose, or even up under the chin, and pop his head up.
Up and down, up and down.
And comes in with a combination. Counter combination by Robinson. Scheduled for 6. Robinson 4 inches taller at 5'11" than Lucero. And he has a 4.5-inch reach advantage. Nils Lane, the veteran referee, working this fight.
Robinson is just picking his shots in this first round, trying to get some work out there. He's using that jab as a fencing tool, keeping his opponent out at the end of those punches. Then he swings in with that right hand.
Lucero already red under the left eye.
For Lucero, he's going to have to kill that jab. His best defense is to go after that jab and try to knock it out.
And the left hook by Robinson gets in. 25 seconds left in the first. And Robinson looking to air it out here in the closing seconds of the first round. It is a scheduled 6-rounder. And you can see this first round already on the face of Lucero.
Punch out, 2 hands are free, get punch out of there.
And this is the end of the first round.
Tienes que tirarle el jab, luego cuando te defendes, tírale el gancho abajo y arriba, está bien abierto, ¿ok? Siempre lo guardas para arriba, todo el tiempo. Ahorita lo agarraste uno bueno en la fijada, bien decidido para ver, sabes lo que tiene que hacer. Hace la free punches, ¿ok? Couple inches together, both swings. Especially when you get them on short, como la tenía ahorita, that's what you gotta work, ¿ok? Take it easy. Keep your guard soft, keep it primero. Primero. ¿Qué tanto te lo pueden empinar? Okay? Bob and wave and skip those punches. Okay? So Bob and wave come in with a right cross right away. Keep those hands coming. Be first all the time.
So I think that's probably what we'll do. In between rounds, you would listen in, and then I'll just ask you what they say. Round number 2, Humberto Lucero comes out to meet Tony Robinson, the 18-year-old, a native of St. Louis, now fighting for the Kronk boxing team in Detroit. Real good-looking newcomer. In his 4th professional fight, he has won his first 3, and 2 of them by KO.
Emmanuel Stewart in the corner of Tony Robinson. Many great champions as Emmanuel Stewart had over the years. Gave him some good words of advice for the start of this second round. Lucero, on the other hand, is going to have to go downstairs. He's not connecting to the head. He needs to slow down Robinson by going to the body.
There's a question of whether he can penetrate the jab. Robinson's reach 4.5 inches longer than Lucero.
That jab is so effective, and he uses that jab, Robinson does, going backwards, going forward, even to the sides.
Terrific technique, especially for someone that's just 18 years old. And he is just chopping up Lucero inside.
Right back underneath again.
Good body shot. Tony Robinson. Robinson just ducking out of the way of Lucero's punches, then he makes him pay for it.
Halfway through the second round. Welterweights that are scheduled for 6. Remember, Lucero, 6 knockouts in his 7 victories. Almost clashed with the heads there in that exchange.
Lucero has taken a lot of punishment in the head. His hands are low. Already, this is the second round. He lands a good right hand, comes back with a left hook.
Lucero certainly looks older than the listed age of 22. He's out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, and just falls right into that right of Robinson.
And that right hand buckled the knees of Lucero. What Lucero should do is go downstairs and also try to cut off this ring on Robinson. Robinson's just boxing circles around Lucero.
Not a favorable ring for Lucero in this matchup.
It sure isn't. It's a very fast ring also.
And big.
Favoring the boxer.
Drop the bridge. Drop the bridge.
15 seconds left in round number 2.
Stick it in. Stick it in.
More punches thrown in this round by Lucero. More activity. Nothing wins fights more than throwing punches. Got to get those hands out in front of you.
Oh, work that other hand on the other side.
Yeah. Yes. Can you keep this for me for the rounds?
Yes.
This starts at, I don't know what stops it, but we'll figure it out.
Yes, I hear you. Do you hear? Do you hear
who's talking?
Gary Dubin?
No.
No.
Are you talking now, Gary, to me? What was the size of the ring?
No, he doesn't hear you.
I don't hear you.
No. I hear you. Still doesn't hear you.
Yes. What was this? Did you get an answer on the size of the ring? 20 or 22?
Can you give me a ring size?
Gross, man.
Can you give me a ring size?
And it is Lucero who beats Robinson out to the middle of the ring and starts off with a right. Third round scheduled for 6. Welterweight Humberto Lucero, a 22-year-old out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. A record of 7-3 with 6 KOs. And Tony Robinson, just 18, now living in Detroit, native of St. Louis. And he has a record of 3-0 with a couple of knockouts after a glorious amateur career, winning 110 and losing but 8.
And after a glorious first round by Robinson, Lucero came back last round and landed some heavy shots. Still, I thought Robinson controlled the fight with that left jab. But Lucero has woke up a bit. Lucero showed a lot of frustration on his face going back to his corner. He takes a couple right on that frustration.
Tough, sharp punches by Robinson. And he is very patient in the ring. Certainly defies his age of 18 with his boxing skill, knowledge.
Good left hook. Humberto Lucero. They were telling him in the corner, Jack Luca, telling him to throw the left hook. He's listening to the corner. Again, the left hook.
And Robinson up against a guy who's going to keep on coming at him. Doesn't matter how many times Lucero's hit.
Puts a lot of pressure on his opponent, which is what he should have done in that first round.
Mills Lane warning about the backhander.
Good right hand by Lucero. Lucero is smothering the punches of Robinson here. Where's that left jab from Robinson? He's lost it. He's got to get back to that left jab and keep Lucero out at the end of his punches. Getting lazy with his hands now. Robinson is. It's a lot easier for a fighter. Another caution from Mills Lane. What Robinson is doing is he throws the punch, then he backhands. Kind of like you hit the light bag. That's what Mills Lane cautioned him for.
That's just a bad habit.
Yes, very much a bad habit, especially when you get cautioned for it. It's a bad habit, I guess, if you get caught.
No, or just something that's just been picked up
Right.
just from workouts.
Kind of habit, perhaps from working on that light bag. And a lot of times you're so intense about hitting your opponent that sometimes you want to get in that little extra punch and you'll backhand him.
Hurry up, get back.
Okay.
Okay, you got it.
Sounded like it was too much.
Might see a third dress.
If there's no damage, you don't want me to do that. You got it.
Hello, Ed.
Check 1, 2. This is IBL.
How you doing? Hello. Yeah. Tony Robinson comes out for round number 4 against Humberto Lucero. And Robinson on the move as he has been all fight.
That's what Robinson needs to do. He needs to get back to that left jab. Control this fight with that jab. Keep Humberto Lucero out of the end of those punches. Humberto Lucero wants to stay on the inside. Robinson has got his bottom lip inside his mouth. If he gets hit underneath the chin with an uppercut, he'll bite the bottom of his lip off. He needs to close that mouth and lock those jaws.
At times, Lucero, certain angles facially. Roberto Duran.
Not a brick, not a brick.
And you see the damage now under the eye of Lucero.
And he is very aggressive in this round. More aggressive this round than I've seen him in the fight. That first round, he was not aggressive at all. But Robinson in that first round was effective with that left jab.
Lucero taking a licking, but keeps on ticking. And there, the shot from Robinson. Halfway through round number 4, Robinson wondering what he has to do to put the lights out on Lucero. And Lucero comes in with a right. A straight right by Lucero scores. Minute 15 left in the 4th round.
Jimmy Montoya has joined the corner of Humberto Lucero, telling him to throw the left hook and come back with the right hand. The last round, he threw the left hook against Robinson and landed. Mills Lane doing a great job, the referee, third man. Robinson can't keep Lucero off of him. Lucero's walking right through Robinson.
Double right, hand tight, tight.
Time remaining in the 4th.
Right now. That is, right now.
Robinson really lining that shot up, studying the picture, and then delivering.
And such picture-perfect punches by Robinson. Misses very few shots. Triple left hook.
And the closing seconds now, round number 4. Al Albert, Sean O'Grady ringside.
Pretty fighter, Robinson. He really is very pretty to watch. He fights very pinpoints all of those punches. This man, Humberto Lucero, tough, very rough and tough, and that's exactly the way that he needs to fight, going on the inside. Here's a look at some of that action from that 4th round. The triple left hook that I talked about, and an uppercut. Tony Robinson using the uppercuts more in the last round because of Lucero's style, staying on the inside, crouching over. In the corner, Tony Robinson, Emmanuel Stewart handing the water bottle, giving him some water and some instructions.
Desperate now. You got to keep your hands up.
Got a scratch on the face of Tony Robinson. And the eye closing of Lucero. Lucero may not be able to see out of both eyes for too long. That left eye is closing up rapidly as we begin the 5th of a scheduled 6 rounds. Both fighters a high percentage of knockouts. Lucero 6 KOs into 7 victories. Robinson has only had 3 fights, but 2 of them the knockout route, but neither are really known as a banger. As you have seen in the first 4 rounds, what a tactician Robinson is in the ring, and Lucero just keeps coming at his opponent. How long do you think Robinson will be fighting at 147? Just 18? Getting stronger? Will be getting bigger?
He's going to have to be moving up in weight.
Timeout called by Mills Lane, and now he is bringing him over to be examined by the doctor.
That left eye of Lucero looks really bad.
Doctor cannot stop a fight here, but can strongly suggest to the referee that stoppage be made, and now the fight will continue. And Lucero tries to take advantage, going right after Robinson on that extended break. So what did the doctor determine to let this one go through?
He took a look at the cut and saw that it was on the outside orbital of that eye, bleeding down the side of the head and not into the eye. The biggest fear is that it'll blind the vision by bleeding down into the eye.
And now the question with the one examination, and Mills Lane, the referee, focusing in on the eye of whether Lucero will be able to survive this 5th round with just under a minute 30 to go. As Robinson now pinpointing the eye.
That is a nasty looking cut. Robinson using that blood as a target.
I wish he'd take him over to the other side of the ring away from us. Robinson establishing his position in the middle of the ring, and he knows Lucero will come in to get him. Now moves into the corner.
Robinson times Lucero perfectly. When Lucero runs at him, as Lucero does right there, Robinson takes a half step back and unloads combinations. He's hit that eye repeatedly, the left eye of Lucero. That's why it's cut.
20 seconds left in the 5th round. Robinson in the gold in full control. And now it appears as if it may go to a 6. In between rounds, the doctor may once again take a closer look at Lucero. Well, it's even before that. So Mills Lane very concerned about that cut.
He's concerned because Lucero's been getting hit on that cut. It looks awfully bad. Yeah, they're going to stop it. That's all.
2 strikes, and Lucero was out in this ball game.
And he took a pounding. He's got a cut over the left eye, a cut underneath the right eye. The cut on the left eye is the worst.
And the doctor also determining it's going to only get worse with the beating he's taking from Robinson. So Tony Robinson, the good-looking 18-year-old out of Kronk boxing team in Detroit, ups his professional record to 4-0 with his 3rd knockout.